Thank you for joining us for our virtual open enrollment seminar. At this time, we will go over Vision Service Plan benefits for plan year 2025. Before we get started, I would like to brief everyone on a couple of housekeeping items. All attendees are muted and will remain muted throughout the presentation. If you have a question, please type it in the chat box located on the right-hand side of the presentation screen. Be informed that if you type a question in the chat box, everybody attending the session will see your question and your name. So we do encourage you to reach out to the Benefits Division or your department's Benefits Ambassador if you have a sensitive or confidential question. Lastly, today's seminar is being recorded and a copy will be posted on the Benefits Open Enrollment website. At this time, I will turn it over to our presenter, Carla Hanel.
Thank you so much. And again, my name is Carla Hanel, and I just want to thank you for taking the time to learn about your benefits. You have amazing benefits, so thank you for joining. So I'll go ahead and get started. I put a little agenda together. So I thought I would, just start out by discussing why vision care is essential, why it's so important to get that exam every year, even if you don't have a prescription. And then I'm going to move into, plan design, again, amazing plan that you have. And then also talk about all the value adds that you have access to help save on that out-of-pocket cost. And that's in addition to your great benefits. And then I'll move into the provider network and how to find a provider. And then I'll discuss, member services and discuss everything that's available to you to access your benefits. So as I mentioned, vision care is essential. And so why is it so important to get an eye exam? Your eyes are the only place on your body that have unobstructed views of your blood vessels. So an eye exam can, tell so much about your overall health. In fact, there's over, 270 health conditions that can be detected through an eye exam, such as, signs and symptoms of diabetes, high cholesterol, hypertension, autoimmune diseases, and even some cancers. And then in addition to, is eye diseases like glaucoma, macular degeneration, diabetic, retinopathy, which is one of the leading causes of blindness. So again, so much can be found through that eye exam. And oftentimes, an eye doctor can be the first to detect some of these conditions early, even though you may not have symptoms. So again, so important to go in for that yearly eye exam, even if you don't have a prescription. So as I mentioned, you have a great benefit. You have a 12 every calendar year frequency for exam, lenses every calendar year, and frames every calendar year, or contact lenses every calendar year. So what that means is that even if you go and get your glasses, in December of this year, your benefits will reset in January. So you have the whole entire year to access your benefits. You do have that $15 copay, so you only pay one $15 copay. And then you have a $150 frame allowance. Anything over that $150 frame, the doctor will take 20% off and the remaining will be your out of pocket. Now you get an extra $20 for featured frame brands, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in an upcoming slide. If you go to Walmart or Costco, your frame allowance is 80 instead of that 150. And the reason for that is it's more like a wholesale pricing at these retail locations. So $80 goes a long way. And the average cost of a frame at Costco is around 80. You do have a new benefit starting in January 2025, and that's called Light Care. And it's really great for those members that don't have a prescription. So I'll talk a little bit more about that on the next slide. Contact lenses are in lieu of glasses. You do have a $150 allowance for contacts. And then for the contact lens exam, often referred to fitting evaluation, that is not to exceed a $60 copay. So what the doctor will do is whatever their price is, they'll take 15% off, and the remaining, if it's over 60, you would only pay $60. If it's under 60, you would pay less than 60. The covered lens enhancements that are covered in full is standard progressives, polycarbonate lenses, which are the shatterproof lenses, and then scratch coating. So those are covered in full. And then all other lens enhancements, such as polarized or tense, all that is discounted. And that's on average a 45% discount when you stay in network. Now you do have what easy is called easy options, where there's upgrades that you can choose at the time of services. So we'll go in a little more detail on the next slide for that. You also have laser vision correction, 500 per eye. So there's many surgery centers that offer a discount if you're a VSP member. So the discounts would apply first, and then your 500 per eye would apply. Essential medical eye care allows additional services, and I'll talk a little bit more about that. And then you get a 30% savings on additional pairs of glasses if, the same day as your exam. And then retinal screening is not to exceed a $39 copay. So retinal screenings is where they take a picture of your eye. A lot of times doctors like to do that in lieu of a dilation so that they can kind of monitor, especially if you have an eye condition, monitor the eye conditions from year to year. So as I mentioned, you have embedded into your plan an easy options plan. And what that is that it allows each member of the family to pick an option at the time of service, whatever your need is at that particular moment. So one of the options could be you can increase the frame allowance from $150 to $250 allowance. You can, try progressive lenses covered in full. Or you can do photochromic lenses or light reactive lenses where it goes dark outside and lightens inside. That could be covered in full. Or anti-glare, which is often referred as anti-reflective, could be covered in full. Or you can have an additional $50 on your contact lens allowance. So a total of $200. So again, each member of the family can choose, an upgrade at the time of service. And then, as I mentioned, you have a new benefit starting January 1, and that is called Light Care. And Light Care, again, is really great for those members that don't have a prescription. You can use your frame allowance for non-prescription sunglasses or non-prescription blue light filtering glasses. So it'll, help with defend your eyes from the sun's UV rays and then from the blue light, from screens. So these are ready-made glasses that you can get at a VSP provider. And then also essential medical eye care is embedded into your plan. So again, this allows, additional services or additional exams for things like, treatment of pink eye or sudden changes in vision. Treatment options to monitor ongoing conditions such as dry eye, diabetic eye disease, glaucoma, or macular degeneration. If you have diabetes, retinal screening, where it takes a picture of your eye, that would be covered in full under this essential medical eye care. So you all would have a $20 copay. I do want to mention though, if your provider takes your medical insurance, they'll bill medical primary and then VSP secondary. And if they don't, of course, you would just be a $20 copay if they don't take your medical insurance. In addition to your great benefits, there's so many other discounts that you have access to. So if you go to vsp.com under offers, it shows all the discounts that you have access to. So you have an extra $20 for featured frame brands. There's 30 different brands that qualify for that. If you go to a VisionWorks store, there's 50% off additional pairs of glasses or sunglasses at VisionWorks. There's rebates on contact lenses, up to a $300 rebate on Bausch and Lomb. As I mentioned, you have, there's so many surgery centers that offer discounts, up to a $1,200 discount on LASIK surgery. And then again, your $500 per eye would apply. There's up to a 60% savings on hearing aids. We have a partnership with True Hearing. One thing great about this though is that even if you don't need a hearing aid, but maybe an extended family member, parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, if they need a hearing aid, you can add them as a guest. So they can have that up to 60% discount as well. So much more. There's discounts on entertainment, discounts on diabetic supplies, so much more on VSP.com under offers. And then this shows all the different brands that qualify for that additional $20. So if you choose a Ferragamo, Calvin Klein, um, Nike, Dragon, Victoria Beckham, just to name a few, you get that extra $20. We do throughout the year have an extra $40 promotion going on. Right now we have one until the end of January of 2025. So if you choose a frame BB, Converse, Dragon, or Nike, you get an extra $40 on top of your frame allowance. So switching gears a little bit, and we're going to talk about the network. So VSP has so many, over 1,000 private practice doctors that participate in our network. Within that umbrella, we have what we call Premier Edge locations. So if you go to VSP.com and you click on Find a VSP provider and it pulls up all the doctors around, you might see an orange banner that says Premier. What that means is that they have exclusive member extras that other providers don't have. They have the latest and greatest equipment. All of them have the retinal screenings where they take a picture of your eye. They have a lot of the frame brands that qualify for that additional $20 or additional $40. So your benefits go a little bit further at Premier Edge locations. We do have retail locations, VisionWorks. There's, VisionWorks throughout the US. So if you live outside of San Diego County, you might see a VisionWorks. That is an in-network option. And then we also have a online option that's in-network called Iconic. And that's really great for those people that really like to shop online. I'll go into a little more detail on that in the next slide. And then you have Costco and Walmart and Sam's Club in your network. Speaking of Premier Edge locations, we do have a Premier Edge promise. So if you go to a Premier Edge provider that has that orange banner and you purchase one of our featured frame brands, if for whatever reason it breaks throughout that 12-month, we will replace that at no cost other than a $40 processing fee. If you get a featured frame brand and your prescription changes within 12 months, you can have a new exam and new replacement lenses at no cost to you all other than a $40 processing fee. And then if for whatever reason you get a feature frame brand, you get home and you're like, what the heck was I thinking? I don't like this style. You have 100 days to tell us. And you can, we'll replace them at no cost other than a $40 processing fee. So as I mentioned, we have an online retail store called Iconic that's truly an in-network option. All you need to do is just upload your prescription. There's virtual try on, there's free shipping, free returns. Once you find your frame, then you click on the lens package that you want, whether it's progressive lenses or you want that anti-reflective upgrade. And then you just click on use my benefits and you'll just be responsible for anything over that you would normally be responsible for at any other in-network provider. And then using your benefits is really easy. I highly recommend that you go to VSP.com and create an account, because once you do that, it'll pull up your exact network and you'll be able to find that VSP provider. If you don't want to go online, you can always call our customer service number and they can help you with your benefits. They can help you find a VSP provider and so forth. But once you find a VSP provider, you just call them, tell them you have VSP and go in. There's no claim forms or cards. Our providers don't need a a member ID card. They're just going to ask you for your name and your date of birth, and they'll be able to look you up in the system. And then while you're on VSP.com and after you create that account, not only can you find a network doctor, but you can search in so many different ways. You could search by languages spoken. You can search by frame brands. You can search by specialties if they specialize in children. So many different ways. You can find those special offers and savings that I had mentioned. You do have a personalized dashboard that shows you, what you're eligible for, when you last used your benefits, when you're next eligible. Then you can switch and see all your dependents that are enrolled in your plan and when they're eligible as well. If you're someone that really wants to have a member ID, just to remind you, you could certainly print one from our website. And then you can sign up for emails, that really help maximize your benefits. So emails will be sent to you on all the new promotions that are going on to help, reduce some of that out-of-pocket cost. And then you can always call or email member services as well. And so I just wanted to stop and say thank you for joining, and I will open it up for questions.
Thank you, Carla. I would like to share with the audience that within the chat, there are 3 links that I added in there. One is to the county website, so you can access VSP information there, as well as a link to the VSP website itself. And Carla did mention about the offers, the special offers, so there's a link directly to that web page as well. So if you do have any questions, please type them in the chat. Carla, is the LASIK benefits extended to dependents?
Uh, yes, I believe so, as long as they're enrolled into your plan.
Excellent. All righty. All righty. Got it. Thank you. Um, as we're waiting for more questions, as everyone's processing all this great detailed information, I'm adding a couple of more links into the chat. Actually, one is the email address for the benefits division. So if you have questions even after this session ends, feel free to reach out to us. Additionally, there's a link to the recorded session because this is being recorded, and we'll place it on our website within the next day or so. Hey, Carla, quick question here has come through. Can my wife and I have different VSP doctors?
Yes. Yes. And you don't need to tell us. It truly acts like a PPO. So you just find a VSP doctor and call them and tell them you have VSP.
Another question regarding LASIX, Carla. How much is it for the LASIX?
So basic costs can be all over the place. There's new procedures, there's the older technology procedures, PRK. So it just really depends on what type of LASIK surgery is best for you. But I think on average, it's usually around, $4,000, somewhere around there.
Okay, looks like the chat box is a little quiet. All right, here we go. Um, I'm assuming this question is pertaining to the LASIX, the previous question. How much is generally covered by VSP for the LASIX?
So you have, so it'll be, so we have discounts with our surgery centers. So there's one that's like up to a $1,200 discount. But what they'll do is they'll apply the discount first, and then you have the 500 per eye allowance. So that's in addition after the discounts are applied.
For the vision plans, is there any coverage for out-of-network providers?
Yes, there are. Yeah, and it's very easy to do. So if you do go out of network, then you can go to vsp.com once you sign in, and then you can pull up an out of network claim form. And so you would just attach your receipt and then fill out all the information, and you'll get reimbursed the out of network allowances.
Another great question has come through. For those without prescriptions, can we order sunglasses or blue light glasses on Iconic?
Yes, you can.
Alrighty. How do we get the frame allowance? Is it automatic or do we submit a claim?
How do you get a frame allowance?
Mm.
So it's automatic. So your doctors would have all that information in their system. I'm hoping I'm answering your question correct. And then if you you have $150 allowance or 250 if you choose that easy option. If you choose a higher frame allowance, the doctor would take the 20% off the remaining and of the overages, and the remaining would be your out of pocket. So you wouldn't have to submit a claim. As long as you stay in network, you wouldn't have to submit a claim form.
Okay. Oh, got a thank you. That answers the question. Thank you, Carla. Another question has come through. Is there a plan that would allow an add-on to cover both eyeglass lenses replacement for a new prescription and contact lenses during the same calendar year?
No, there's not with this plan. Yeah, it's either glasses or contact lenses. But I highly recommend that if you wear both, your benefits are so great for glasses. I mean, you have a good benefit for contact lenses too, but your glasses are pretty rich. To use your benefit for glasses and then maybe take your prescription to Costco or take it, or you can go to Iconic and see, because we do have discounts on Iconic as well, and purchase contact lenses outside of your benefits. It's a little bit cheaper that way.
Yeah, I've actually taken advantage of that option as well with my Costco membership, so it definitely is a cost savings for the contact lenses. Okay, a couple more questions, Carla. What's out of pocket for second pair of lenses for computer lenses? What's the cost?
That would have to be, you would have to go to your provider on that because there's all different brands of lenses. And so that would be hard to give you an exact cost on that. But what I would recommend, if you do have the brand and you know what exact lenses you want, you can call our customer service and they'll be able to kind of look it up in their formulary and let you know what kind of the out-of-pocket cost would be. But you do get a 20% discount or 30% discount on additional pairs of glasses the same day as your exam, or 20% discount throughout the year.
Definitely a great plan. Let's see, another question. If you go to an optometrist and they suggest for you to go see an ophthalmologist, do you need a referral for that?
No, you can go straight to your ophthalmologist.
And I believe this is going back to the previous question regarding out-of-pocket costs for second pair of lenses. Who would the individual confirm that info with? Would that be with the ophthalmologist or with VSP? And I'm sorry, this goes back to the other question.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that again?
Yes, let's see. The individual's asking, who do we call to confirm that info? And this goes back to the question you just previously answered regarding computer lenses.
Oh, okay. You could call our customer service number. So the 800-877-7195.
Thank you. Carla, how do we use our insurance to get sunglasses from Iconic?
You would just go to iconic.com and then just pick your sunglasses and then say use my benefits, and then you just be responsible for anything over that you would normally be responsible for.
Right. All great questions, everyone. Please do keep them coming. And just to remind everyone, this is being recorded and we will place a copy of the recording on our open enrollment benefits website.
These are great questions.
And I do encourage you all to spread the word regarding this great vision plan that we have. So
It's great
I
benefit.
certainly take advantage. I
Yeah.
have a couple of pairs of glasses, contact lenses, so we definitely have a great plan.
Yeah.
All right, Carla, these services are in addition to vision exams offered through healthcare plans such as Kaiser or UHC. So,
So yeah, if you go to Kaiser and get your exam, you can take your prescription and go to a VSP provider to get your glasses or contact lenses.
excellent. All right.
Kaiser would be out of network.
All righty. I see a question coming through regarding the phone number to VSP, so I'm going to put that in the chat right now. And just to reconfirm, Carla, the website is showing 800-877-7195.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All righty, I see a little bit of questions coming back through the chat. Let's get to, if I order sunglasses, can I still give my doctor a pair of my old glass frames or use for my prescription?
I'm assuming that you're talking about the light care benefit where you can get non-prescription sunglasses. That is in lieu of glasses or contact lenses. So you can either use your benefit for non-prescription sunglasses starting January 1, or you can use your benefit for prescription glasses, not both.
Uh, let's see. Let me read the question again just
Okay.
for additional clarification. If I order sunglasses, can I still give my doctor a pair of my old frames to use for a newer prescription? Um, that's how I'm interpreting the question. Is that correct, Sam? I believe that may be the case. Yes, that would
Yeah,
be that's the question.
you can certainly do that, no problem. And I think for the most part, depending on the lens, most lenses will fit in an existing frame, but that would be out of pocket if you use your benefits for non-prescription sunglasses.
And I can share a little bit of information regarding older frames. I'm actually wearing a pair. And I got new lens put in probably just a couple of months ago. Costco will not do it. But if you go to someone who's listed in the network with VSP and they're one of the premier optometrists, they typically will. Well, the one I go to. So just to let everyone know, Costco is very leery on using old frames. Let's see another question, Carla. Is there any way this benefit is also used with ophthalmology? So I believe that may go back to another question.
So you can go and get your exam either at an optometrist or ophthalmologist. So that would be covered the same way, minus your $15 copay. But anything medically, like if there's anything outside of just treatment of pink eye or anything surgical, that would be under your medical plan.
All right. So I was responding to a question regarding the recording. So yes, a copy will be posted on the benefits website within a couple of days. If there's anyone who joined late, please feel free to type questions in the chat. We're happy to revisit any of your concerns or questions. Also know that the benefits division is accessible. You can send an email or give us a call, as well as your benefits ambassadors, who are the persons on site to walk you through any questions or concerns you have, especially with open enrollment coming. Question, Carla. Let's see. If I go to Sharp Ophthalmologist, will VSP cover my visit?
If it's just your routine eye exam, yes.
Can we revisit the information regarding Iconic?
Oh, just how to use it. So
Yes,
yes, so
please.
you could go to iconic.com and then you would upload your prescription, and then there's virtual try on, so you would pick your frame, and then you just pick what lenses you want based on your prescription. So if you wanted progressive lenses, you would pick that, and then it'll say use my benefits, use my VSP benefits, and then you just click on that, and then you just pay for any overages that you might have.
Excellent. We have
Oh,
a
I'm
go
sorry.
back.
It's EYECONIC.
Let's see if I find that information as well. Let's see. Uh, okay. Carla, is the Premier VSP plan offered to county employees the same as what's offered to Caltrans employees?
I do not know the benefits for Caltrans employees,
Okay.
so I can't answer that.
Thank you. Good question, though. I'll go back regarding the ophthalmologist and, getting your eye exam at a Sharp hospital. Would this also be applicable for a person's children if they took their children to a children's hospital for their vision exam? Would VSP cover that?
I don't. It just depends on if they're in network. So if you would definitely want to go to vsb.com and click on find a provider and see if the children's hospital providers are in our network, unless I'm understanding that. If I'm not understanding correctly, let me know. So if they're in network, it would cover their exam. If it's You even have an out of network allowance too. So you just get reimbursed and have to submit an out of network claim form. Hope I answered that. Thank you,
Yes, that
Connie.
answers the question.
Okay.
Hmm. Let's see, if I call VSP, can I get a comparison between county and Caltrans plans? That might be a little dicey. It sounds like you would be inquiring about contract, that separate contracts if VSP is contracted with Caltrans as well as the contract with county. I don't know if VSP would be able to provide that information to you. Carla, can you? tack on if this is correct information for the individual?
Yeah, I would
Yeah. Yeah.
I would agree with that unless you like a spouse or someone is a employee of Caltrans, you might be able to see the different plans, but I don't think that they would just give you the plan design just calling and asking.
And you hit the nail on the head. Their spouse is a Caltrans employee.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yes. Then definitely call customer service and then just make sure that, you give them your information and then give your spouse's information, and they'll be able to pull up both plans and give you an idea of the differences.
Excellent. All righty.
These are great questions. It's making me really think today.
And let's see, did I put the link to the recordings earlier? I'm gonna repaste that just in case. What I'm gonna do for you all, audience, is put in the chat a link to the recordings on the county's website, so you can access this recording in the next day or so. And I also included our benefits email address if you have questions after today's session. Getting a few thank yous, Carla. We're going to hang tight for a few minutes here just to make sure we can get through everybody's questions. Um, Carla, I don't see any more questions coming through the chat. I want to take this time to thank you for the wonderful presentation, very informative details. And are there any closing remarks you'd like to make with the audience?
I want to thank everyone for joining. You all have such great benefits, so I'm so happy that you know about them so that you can use them and get some really cool classes. So thank you for joining. I really appreciate it.
Yes, thanks everyone for your time. And again, if you have questions, reach out to the Benefits Division and send us an email. I hope everyone has a great day. This will conclude our seminar.